What up, Gemini? Welcome to Horoscope-ish. My name is Lindsay, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But at the same time, do not take any kind of advice that is. This is not meant to be taken to make any life-altering decisions. Okay. Just Gemini, you're taking a serious tone with this because literally, I had to lay down. I started feeling really sick. And, I go in and out of it. I think my nervous system is just, like, needing to be re-regulated or recalibrated. But nevertheless, sometimes it doesn't feel like that. So I'm laying there. Got my mood. I don't even know how to say it. I'm working on things, okay? But I'm like, what's Gemini's message? In regards to this full moon. And literally, I see this lizard go up a tree. And I'm like, oh. Lizards represent a certain type of, seriousness. So in this Virgo full moon, you're gonna have to take things way more serious. Like really serious. Almost like to a point of uncomfortability, because when I saw the lizard, my eyes were like this. I'm like, what? It's like where there has been a weakness in your stride. Some kind of a bigger picture. It's Aquarian energy, right? There's a bigger picture. There's some kind of information that you put out there that is a weakness. A vulnerability, if you will. And for someone, I'm just telling you this as like I love talking about living in your authenticity, which, when people tell you to protect your energy, living in authenticity isn't very safe on a soul level. Get like how you interact, where you put your spirit, where you give your spirit, where you give your soul, those deepest parts of your soul. I may not even need the cards for this one, but I will. We're still gonna go into it. It was just a really intense feeling, but understandable. Yeah. Okay. So the heart of the matter is the Strength card. There's the way. It's almost like if you don't live in your authenticity, you're going to doubt yourself. And that's psychological, my friends. Yeah, dude, it's like a pattern. A forever, you're forever young, Gemini. But there's something to that. 6 and 9. 6. Your aesthetic has to change somehow for a new opportunity, because you got this new opportunity and it is work-based, but the full clarity that you're going into this with is this full moon energy of Virgo. You're being too vulnerable. You gotta be more serious. I know the energy of Gemini is very playful. But as Tupac once said, I'm a Gemini man, you're gonna, I can be playful, which is dangerous, or I can get really serious and, laser focus on my work. That is Gemini energy. And I think you're living more of the playful side, and it's doing something to, how people view you. The way I was, the immediate thoughts that were coming down were like, that lizard is climbing up a tree. There are certain rules in nature that you're following too closely, and especially when it comes to work. There's things about the nature of something that you're giving way too much energy to, and that might be your enthusiasm for what you're doing. But it's kind of like, it looks like when you're teaching a kid anything new, and what they're using is kind of dangerous, but their confidence level makes you freak out even more because of the way they're willy-nilly in it. They don't get hurt all the time, but it's like those, Gemini, whatever you're doing, it looks scary. The way you're doing it. You're gonna lose a limb. You're gonna get, it's dumb ways to die. Like, that's Gemini, so you're not taking something serious enough. And it's not because, you know, it's not some kind of like bad thing. It's just, it is a bad thing in other people's eyes. They're like, you need to calm down. You're being too loud. Different context, same, you know, because you know who you are, Gemini, and that's how you're moving forward, even though you're not there yet. You're more like on a, you've been through at least two majorly creative paths that were introduced to you, and they didn't suit you because of the people, not because of you, but those people were probably, you're standing, like, they're behind you at this point, like on a very metaphorical, they're behind you. Those things are behind you. Those people are behind you. Those individuals are behind you. Now you're looking at what you bring to the table, which, you know, your spirit is just, you are so good at talking to people because you feel them. And, you know, you probably get it a lot that, oh, I just feel like I can talk to you. It's because you feel them. They feel that you connect with them. That might be a little scary. You can't do your job and be I almost want to say therapist, the way people want to come to you. And they're shocked. They're shocked once they're done talking to you. It's like I'm talking with an old friend. You know, I can tell Gemini anything. And you know, there's something about work that you can't do that anymore. You're isolating something important by being too much of the playful Gemini. So in the past we have transformation. I kind of love that. Okay, it could also be death, though. I'm not really getting that. I'm getting like sudden upheaval, so it's like unexpected upheaval. So something about you changed. Oh, that's interesting. It's all air. 1, 2, no, that's crazy. Or yes, that's crazy though. You literally are embodying in the past, like, to transform, you took all the air elements, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you took all of them, you started to close off, you started to have a really hard decision about, it was hard for you to make decisions about close relationships, avoiding them or not wanting to see something. Okay, I'm seeing the blindfolds. 2 of these cards have blindfolds. So within your third eye, your actions blocked really close relationships that were maybe, you know, and let's talk about moon phases for a second. Like, you know, as the waxing moon was coming over this particular time in life, you could see something and you were like, and it transformed close relationships. It transformed the way you speak. The way you're speaking now almost isolates you because it's a Jupiter, it's a Sagittarian energy, you know. It's weird. It's not common. And so it isolated you. And it's not, it would be weird to I mean, you can't go up to somebody and start small talk with somebody anymore, Jim. You can't do this anymore. You can't go up to somebody and start conversation, have it be small talk, and have it be interesting. But you'll oblige because you have this mental activity. No, this Aquarian, like, I'll oblige and I'll totally be here. You enjoy people, Gemini. I mean, it's in a oneness perspective, it's, you know, the house of siblings, so everybody's your brother and sister. You know, you're gonna stop for your brothers and sisters. You know, hey, what's up? Why are you feeling so weird? You know, which is why they come to you. I think this is your problem in your workspace, is that you're transforming close relationships and how you see them. You're transforming the way you communicate. You're transforming the way you move, the way you fight for the bigger picture. It's crazy that would be the corporate don't like that, Gemini. And if they do like that, it's not even about the corporate. It's about like, well, I mean, it is somewhat about corporate, but baby, if you're not going to be in it for the capitalism, it's going to come off playful, like you don't care. So maybe keep more of capitalism in mind. It's a strange thought. Not for, I mean, Geminis chase passion. They really do. Oh, here we go. I like that. You're your own problem, Gemini. In the best way possible, but you are the problem. It's not you. It's you wanting to end a certain way of doing something that has already been established, and it doesn't work for anybody. And I think that's why you're having so much trouble going around and being like, well, if we just do the solutions, the creative solutions that you bring to the table, it's like, we'll do it later, Gemini. We'll do it later. Like, we have so many more fish to fry. And Gemini's like, okay. But if you get more serious, if you you take on that lizard energy, dragon. I'm not a lizard. I don't do that tongue thing. Maybe you're a dragon. Maybe your spirit animal is a dragon. I heard recently that that's not good to say. Like, Native Americans don't like it when you say spirit animal. I don't know. In all fairness, I did not hear this from a Native American. Why we were getting so excited about this was because should you take on a more serious, like, rigid grid? Oh! Sorry, I just saw the out-of-towners and, like, Henry Clark talking about rigid grid. You gotta be, if you are, like, if you're in New York and you're too playful, no! Start walking with the crowd with a serious, determined, like, life is meant to be lived. Like, I don't know, I gotta get where I'm going. Like, you're stopping too much. And I'm being prompted to tell you about a dream I had. There's this, a friend that I had that passed away, and they came to me in dreams later on. And I remember they were going to go make a deposit. This was, we were on a farm that I had just bought, and I had a bank on the farm, but it wasn't my bank, but this land that we were on was my land. And this friend went to go make a deposit, but as we were going into the bank or whatever, I kept helping everybody, and they could not stop and wait for me. So Gemini, while you're being like all emotionally intelligent and looking towards like having foresight about the path that you're on, getting more serious, they're gonna love it. It might annoy you. It might annoy you a little. But the fact that it's like, oh, you're finally getting it, Gemini. Like, almost when you turn off that playful Gemini, it becomes the logical, rational, short, like, you're so good at transaction. That's why you're here, Gemini. You're so good at people and, getting it done, How do you put out that much energy, Gemini? Because I'm a Gemini. Like, I have a transactional day-to-day with people, and I care about each transaction. Imagine if you made it more serious instead of more fawny. Because honestly, we're learning a few things about fawning, aren't we, Gemini? We're learning that fawning is actually a trauma response to wanting to be liked, and not necessarily by a whole, by one. It always starts with one pedestal for Gemini. One pedestal. What pedestal made you fawn, Gemini? What pedestal did you look at that you went, oh, if only. I am not worthy. You are worthy, Gemini. But you got to get a little bit more serious. I'm telling you, this is weird AF, because I feel the energy too. I'm like, oh, I got to be more serious, especially in my pursuit of what I love, you know. And there's a bit of, you can't soapbox where you're going. You cannot soapbox and be all emotionally intelligent where you're going, Gemini. You can't. Because there's a climb, whoa, that was like sign spinner stuff. There's a path that you're on too. Like, yes, we are all just a 222. We're all very, and a twin flame number 269. Now remember, oh, I totally love, if you're like into the whole twin flame thing, here's a thing you may need to really grasp. A twin flame is just meant to show you the part of you that you need to work on the most, and this person inspires you so much you don't even know to look for that thing. So, but you are the same soul. Carbon copy souls. So, but you will teach each other how to get out of something that doesn't belong there, you know, to be the best version of yourself. So, people see you as defeated. Bet. Bet they do. Oh, I have to be serious? Mm-hmm. Yep. Take it serious, because even though you are taking it serious, Gemini, the way you do it seems disorganized. Even though it is not, you have to give them what they want. The serious Gemini. Oh, Tiffany Haddish said this. Kevin Hart said this. You got to give them what they want. And if it's a little less playful, Gemini, then say less. Be less. Be less. Sometimes living in a smaller version of yourself is actually necessary for the path. It's weird. I never would have thought these things. But it's hard to wrap my head around that logically. Like, the black is white, left is right. Like, everything is opposite. Ugh. Same side of the same coin, or different sides of the same coin. Same difference. What is Gemini Nazi coming? Call me rude boy, you should be good. Take it. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. I say okay because on a desires level, I think you're gonna find that your dreams, what you wanted to do, if you they're so confusing because you need to get a different perspective. And this is on a 12 note, like, especially in this, I don't know why I'm bringing up twin flame, especially on a twin flame note, like, while you're working on balancing your masculine and your feminine, your actions versus your almost emotional intelligence, your dreams, your most deepest desire, you have to get a different opinion, perspective about it, because you're actually being left out of your dreams, like, because of confusion. The two-facedness. You have to get more serious. Oh my gosh! Act like a Sag, Gemini. Act like a freaking Sag. And you know what's interesting? I have met so many Sagittarians that propel because of a part. It's like, boosh! Sagittarians are sister sign. Our sisters, our big sisters, because it's later on in the term here, our bigger sisters get what they want because they're willing, they know that they have to work it. The higher understanding, Gemini, that you're getting, the one thing that you don't want to do, you have to do, and that is get serious. You can't be butterflies and rainbows all the damn time. And that's, I mean, you can, but you really can. It's just, there's something about being more serious, because the way you're acting in your masculine is too much. It almost seems confusing. On a side note though, I'm getting, you don't have to change a thing, the world could change its heart. It could change its heart. You're ahead of your time, if anything. So what you need to do right now is know that you are well off. Keep working. Have patience in knowing that you're always going to be secure. So if you really are chasing money, or if it's about money, really, like this, I almost want to say subconsciously because of the Piscean energy with the outpouring. Like, if you have any Earth in your chart, go with that. It's hilarious because I have Earth in a very predominant position that says go towards this. And my life has been beautiful in that I get to meet so many of the energies of where I need to be going. And those energies, oh my gosh, they're so serious and playful at the same time. But the balance has always made me go, like pedestal-ish, like I want to be like that. But just know that, get secure by having patience for the seriousness of work. Get comfy because you already know what you're doing. You seem to already know what you're doing. And you do. But it's wholly, like there's patches, there's plots missing, there's holes in the plot, Gemini. What's the final result of this, or like what might happen? What might happen? Ooh. Corporate puppet, if you will. So if you can deal with the bureaucracy, I would almost say keep your head down, especially with the patience. Be patient. Become patient. Oh, I just saw temperance in my head. I'm telling you, if you can grab onto Sagittarian energy and then during this time, and probably for a remainder, the devil is in the final position. I can say it. It's okay. Structures are structures, and they have some subtleties that you do not agree with, including obsession. You might like the puppetry. Maybe you like rules. Maybe you like instructions. Maybe the instructions haven't been clear. So maybe that's why you're so playful. If the instructions aren't clear, then and we just get through it, then I'm gonna play. Watch what happens when you don't play anymore. You might see some things, and you know what? Sometimes, going back to what my friend that passed away told me one time, they were like, "Did you know that you can make the devil dance?" And I'm like, "No." Yep. When the devil comes to attack you, you make it dance. Gemini, go make the devil dance. It might be a fun shindig.